Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikal Quadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings with sincerity unto the elect. May salvation be in your futures. So the inspiration for this video came from a video I was watching earlier from GMS Watchman. He does very edifying videos. I suggest you subscribe. And this lesson is going to go into how this CBDC, this central bank digital currency, is going to lead ultimately to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, despite what members of IUIC tell their congregation and the rest of you people. Now, this is from Twitter, and it reads, "A digital dollar may seem far-fetched, but it is not beyond the realm of possibility. Today, the Biden-Harris administration pushed policy objectives and a technical analysis for a potential U.S. central bank digital currency." Now, I want to show you how it's not a coincidence, that nothing is a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that Biden is the president, and it's not a coincidence that under Biden's administration, he's enforcing policies for central bank digital currency, or CBDC, okay? And like I said, which is ultimately going to lead to the mandatory implementation of the RFID microchip. So we're going to go from here to this video, all right? I'm going to play it.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over.
Now, I'm going to rewind it, all right? Because I want you people to listen carefully to what this man is saying.
Our constitutional journey did not stop then, and it must not stop now, Judge. And we'll be faced with equally consequential decisions in the 21st century. Can a microscopic tag be implanted in a person's body to track his every movement? There's actual discussion about that. You will rule on that, mark my words, before your tenure is over. Can brain scans be used to determine whether a person is inclined toward criminality or violent behavior? You will rule on that. And Judge, I need to know whether you will be a justice who believes that the constitutional journey must continue to speak to these consequential decisions, or that we've gone far enough in protecting against government intrusion into our autonomy, into the most personal decisions we make. Judge, that's why this is a critical moment. There are elected officials in this government, such as Mr. DeLay, a fine, honorable, patriotic man, and others, who have been unsuccessful at implementing their agenda in the elected branches. So they've now poured their energies, as the left would if it were different, they've now poured their energies and resources into trying to change the court's view of the Constitution. And now they have a once-in-a-lifetime.
Now, you heard what this man said years ago, okay, when he was still a senator, all right, way before he became president. Okay, so now let's get a precept. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16. "And he causeth all," who is the he? Esau, Edom, okay? Chiefly these elite banking families, the Rothschilds, the Gettys, the DuPonts, the people that are in charge of this earth. Okay? these Edomites, the so-called white man. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So let's take a closer look at Revelation chapter 13 and verse 17 and the word mark. So we're going to click on tools. I'm going to scroll down to the word mark. And it's G5480. And it's charagma. And we're going to click on outline of biblical usage. And it reads a stamp, an imprinted mark of the mark stamp on the foreheads or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses, things carved, sculptured, graven, work. Okay. So it's something, stamped or imprinted. Now, when we go to the Hebrew word mark, let's get that real quick. It is Strong's H7085, quai. All right. And the outline of biblical usage is incision, imprinted, tattoo, mark. All right. So this is something that's going to be in you, okay, so to speak, okay? An incision, imprintment, tattoo, mark, all right? So it's something physical. And remember the word incision, okay? So let's play this quick video.
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash? Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however. And soon your hand may be all that you need.
Now, notice she said it's easy to make, payments with your smartphone or your card or different ways of, paying contactless, unless you lose your phone, all right, or your card.
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash? Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however. And soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmore is developing a very teeny tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? That should creep you out. The chip is like the ones that are found in smart credit cards or debit cards. And the chip gets embedded just under your skin and makes your whole hand a credit card. Joining me now is Wojtek Perota. He's the CEO and founder of Walletmore. Okay, Wojtek, this is so futuristic and out there, but walk me through how it actually works.
Hey, so first of all, thanks for having me. Let's look at the chip as a super small part that you can use wherever contactless payments are accepted. So it's exactly the same NFC technology, which stands for near field communication, and therefore it can be used only for the near field communication payments. So therefore you cannot be tracked, you cannot be monitored, you cannot be spied with that implant because it's exactly the same.
Now, I have a point I want to highlight. Let's go to 3. All right, we're going to start it at about 310.
on my hand.
So show me your hand. Is it possible to see it at all? It's just barely standing out, right? Like it looks like maybe a little like a scar.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm popping it a little bit.
Oh man, that's crazy. Did you have a doctor insert it?
Yeah, of course, that's part of the deal because we are only building the implants. And when it comes to the installations, we want the whole experience to be as safe as possible. And therefore, we built a network of partners all across Europe and the US. So therefore, if you are ordering an implant from our site, it's of course shipped to you, but then you need to schedule the appointment with one of the specialists who will just set it up for you.
So do you use it? Like, do you go up to a...
All right. So let's take it back just a little bit.
Did you have a doctor insert it?
Did you have a doctor insert it? All right. Now, what was the outline of biblical usage of quai? Okay, which is mark in the Hebrew, incision. All right. Let's look up the definition of the word incision. Okay. Oh, we're already in Google. Let's go. Incision. A surgical cut made in skin or flesh. A surgical cut made in skin or flesh. All right, this thing isn't rocket science, man. The Lord is making it plain and evident what the mark of the beast is. And if you can't see it, it's just not meant for you to see it. Okay. And this thing is going in tandem with this central bank digital currency. Okay. Because I'm going to play it one more time. What did she say at the beginning?
Welcome back. When was the last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash? Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless,
okay, unless,
of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare.
In case we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. All right, and that's exactly the reason why this RFID microchip is going to come in and be made mandatory. It's going to take the place of our phones, our cards, and our wallet. Okay, they're going to start it out with a digital wallet on your phone. Okay, here's another video.
Humans are not designed to stand still. CBDC enables a country's central bank, and money is no exception. Central bank digital currency, or CBDC, enables a country's central bank to issue a new digital version of cash to its citizens. If successful, CBDC could expand financial accessibility to underbanked citizens and make government disbursements more efficient, targeted, and secure. It is vital that citizens can easily spend their CBDC through a familiar, trusted, and seamless experience. And that's where Visa can help. Introducing Visa's CBDC Payments Module, a retail solution designed to make central bank digital currency feel like a ubiquitous and seamless payment experience.
So, as you can see, everything is going to switch to a digital wallet. All right. And just as cash goes away, credit cards are going to go away. All right. Because this technology is obsolete. It's really no need to it. OK, but they're going to force this upon the people. All right. And so that you're safe and so that you don't lose your phone and be stuck without being able to make transactions, that's when they're going to bring in that RFID chip to the rescue, man. All right. And the consequences of taking this RFID chip, okay, which is the mark of the beast, all right, is your destruction. Okay. Let's get another precept. This is Revelation 14:9, and the blue letter titled this "Doom for Worshippers of the Beast." And it reads, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, okay, just going into this man's system, man. All right, going into his systems, his ideologies, his ways, man. All right, because the image that Esau Edom, the so-called white man, projects is contrary, is adverse to the Salakia, to the way that the Lord envisions the world to be. All right. So all of you who bow down to this man's image, man, okay, his system, it says, if any man worships the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into a cup of his indignation. All right. So there's a special judgment specifically sought for the people that receive this man's mark. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right. And you're going to be here to witness the destruction of America, Babylon the Great. All right. By ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. Okay. That is the lake of fire in which the scripture is speaking about, not a place called hell. You're going to take part in that judgment, man. All right. We always mention it. Terminator 2, I believe, Sarah Connor holding on to the fence as the nuke hits and her flesh melts away, her eyes melt away. There's a special judgment for you that take this man's mark. All right. So from here, because once you take this man's mark, you've given your consent to be this man's, perpetual slave, man. You've chose your side at that point, okay? Because when you receive this man's mark, when you receive this RFID microchip, it's going to have all your financial information on it, your driver's license, your social security number, whatever. Everything is going to be on that. And you won't be able to participate in this man's system. You won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to move in this world the way you move now. Meaning, ultimately, you're going to have to put 100% faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah to provide for you and to maneuver you through these rough roads ahead. All right. So I'm going to play this real quick clip to show you that they're going to have complete control of everyone who accepts this chip, man, because they're going to be able to control what you buy, how you buy, where you go, when you go. It's ultimate submission.
All our analysis on CBDC, in particular for the use of general use, we tend to establish the equivalence with cash, and there is a huge difference there. For example, in cash, we don't know, for example, who's using a $100 bill today. We don't know who is using a 1,000 peso bill today. A key difference with the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two the CBDC is that central bank will have absolute control on the rules and regulations that will determine the use of that expression of central bank liability. And also we will have the technology to enforce that. Those two issues are extremely important, and that makes a huge difference with respect to what.
Right. They have the technology to enforce it. And that technology is the RFID chip. Okay. The mark of the beast. And if you take that man's mark, you're through. Okay. But this devil is so cunning that he is about to collapse the economy, because that's how he works, order out of chaos, and bring so much chaos and hell upon the people that he is going to present this chip as the savior to your situation and to bring life back to normal. Okay? So let's get another precept. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. All right. And the Lord is speaking to the hopeful elect, the elect. Okay. Us seeing this inflation and America, Babylon, the Great falling, and all these hurricanes, and it brings joy. All right. It brings joy to us. Okay. Because we know that our salvation is near. So it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Woe meaning destruction. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you. The devil, the deceiver. Okay. Satan, the adversary. Okay. This is speaking of Esau, Edom, man. For the devil is coming down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. He's coming down with great wrath because he knows that he hath but a short time to implement his new world order, his great reset. Like I said, order out of chaos. He's going to crash the dollar and all these other fiat currencies, and he's going to allow chaos, okay, to befall the face of the earth, to get you people so desperate to the point where you will accept anything to have life back to normal. And that's when he's going to present you with his mark. All right. And if you take it, that's your ass. You're through. There's no taking it and then repenting and taking it back out and ripping it out yourself. And you can't trick the Lord, man. All right. So anyway, man, Lord's willing, this is edifying. Shalom, Israel.